All right, the next writer question today comes from Lynn. This is a great one. She says, tips for focusing on what is important when writing. How do you manage time spent writing on social accounts? For example, blog, Substack, newsletter, social media, etc., along with the time required for writing projects that you plan to submit for publication. So the answer to that isn't overly simple. It kind of depends on where you're at in your journey. Do you have an audience that you're trying to keep alive and engaged? Are you preparing to release something to them? If the answers to those questions are yes, then you want to be spending more time writing, for example, on a newsletter or on a blog, or often you can use one as the other. I'm a fan of giving yourself the fewest amount of writing commitments that you can have so that you really can focus on those bigger projects, which are your bread and butter and are the thing that people are following you for, right? They're following you for those bigger things. Social media, this is my hot take. If you saw my interview with Deanne a few weeks ago, you heard me get into an argument about it. Stay off social media. That's my advice. As a writer, you don't need to be writing on social media. So that doesn't mean you can't have accounts. It doesn't mean you have to be unfindable. It's good for people to be able to find you. But I don't put any effort or time into building a social media following, because those followings tend to be very ephemeral. They can vanish overnight if algorithms change. They suck a lot of time and attention away from, again, those bigger projects. So me personally, I would always want to be putting at least 80% of my time into those bigger projects, because again, those are what build my career. Those are what I can sell to people. Those are what people want to read. Those are what are communicating the things I actually care about and want to put out into the world. And then maybe 20% of my time on a newsletter. Now, for me, my blog is one of my big projects. My blog for the last 10 some years has been a commentary that I'm writing, a devotional commentary on the Gospel of Matthew. You can check that out at rachelstarrthompson.com if you're not familiar with it. And then I publish that as books as enough material comes together. So that's kind of a blog and a book and a newsletter all at once. The post gets sent out to my email list if you're subscribed whenever a new one comes up. So I'm able to combine all of those things. At times, I've had social media set up so that I would kind of ping it when I put something new out so people could go look at it. But right now, that's not even really happening. So social media gives you great, what we call vanity metrics, lots of followers, lots of noise, but it doesn't actually do much to move the needle on sales or on building a really engaged audience. Your best tool for that is actually an email list or another form of newsletter. So that's my answer to that, and I hope that helps you. And again, it depends on the stage you're in, because you might be in a stage where you don't have an audience, you don't have anything coming out, and then you really need to be focused like 100% on getting some material written, and then you can use that to build an audience. But yeah, it really depends on where you're at. Hope this is helpful.